Kevin Owens is the new Universal Champion. Everyone's talking about that, and
Hopefully it works out the way I want and Kevin Owens just drops this at the next pay-per-view.
really, you're not a fan of Kevin Owens?
I like him at times. I like him at times. Lately, I've not been a fan of him. He's just not been as interesting or as personable as he was in the past, and it's less interesting to me. Meanwhile, Sami Zayn has continued his character in a way that I find it personable and I enjoy it.
And hopefully, like I said, going forward, this will be an excuse for those guys for him and Owens to face off again. And could you imagine these guys for the world title, even if it was at Royal Rumble, if they're not going to get their matchup at WrestleMania? Could you imagine that feud? Just to think of that feud that a lot of us were watching in Ring of Honor or Pro Wrestling Guerrilla or wherever else they took it. Now, 10 years later, be happening on WWE at possibly one of the major pay-per-views coming up in the next 6 months. It's mind-blowing.
No, it's one of those things you didn't think would happen.
Kevin Owens is now the world champ, the Universal Champion, and like I said, the puppet of the Authority. Which, look, again, I'm just happy Kevin Owens is the champion. Roman, I just didn't think that was a way to go unless they turned him heel.
How it plays out. Maybe it'll be maybe it'll two-time us both, and he won't end up being the puppet, and he'll just say fuck Stephanie and Triple H and completely ignore them.
And if a frog had wings,
and get himself put in matches where he should get his ass beat every time, and maybe he'll come out looking better.
Dude,
we'll see. I could see that happening too.
If a frog had wings, you think he wouldn't bump his ass when he hopped? Do you really think they're gonna let someone one up Triple H and Stephanie like that?
With Kevin Owens, yeah, kinda.
Dude, I don't know.
I honestly think they might kind of let him stone cold him.
What, and then sick Brock on him?
No, they don't have The Rock. That's the point.
Oh, Brock. I'm sorry. Did I say the Brock?
Oh, you said Brock?
Yeah.
Oh, is that the... Yeah, well, they might do it down the line, but it's going to be 4 or 5 pay-per-views before they decide to go that route.
Yeah, Brock's not even going to
be... And we'll get a couple... And we got a couple of good months of Kevin Owens just shitting all over Stephanie and Triple H. That's my hope for the whole ordeal.
Yes, it's my hope too, but I'm not smoking PCP tonight. So...
Yeah, well, I didn't also fucking drink half a fifth of moonshine while snorting a cocaine. But I'm still saying I have hopes for the future.
Okay, well, we'll leave it at that. Kevin Owens, your new Universal Champion. Some new promise and a fresh twist. I really hope, seeing where it went with Rollins, like, I think the thing that always hurt Rollins and even Orton, Stephanie was the top heel, Triple H was her husband and still kind of the top heel as well. And they made Randy Orton or Seth Rollins their lapdog. And that's all they were. It was just, okay, you're the person chosen for this spot. Whereas, like, I hope they don't do that with Kevin Owens, because Kevin Owens is such a good worker that I think he can pull off. You know, who cares if I sold out? I'm still good enough to beat anybody on any given night anyway. So it's not that I have to be a piece of shit. I'm choosing to be a piece of shit.
And I can't be a piece of shit.
It's almost, I heard Matt Bourne played Doink and obviously himself throughout the years. He was talking about being a heel, and he's like, you don't rake the eyes because you have to. You rake the eyes because you want to. So similar to that, Kevin Owens doesn't have to sell out to be the champion. He's good enough to be the champion, but he's such a piece of shit that he chose to sell out. And I think it's a little bit different than Seth Rollins, where
and the way the way his character's played out over the last few months, it actually plays in a way that will work in a heel aspect.
Bingo, and I can't wait to see. I know it's eventually probably gonna.
But like I said, if it ends up playing the other way, I think that would be really awesome. I would really love to see that. But again,
I'm gonna shatter your.
But again, not everyone is smoking drugs and doing everything palpable for that to happen.
Here's the hammer of pro wrestling sobriety. You know where this is going. Kevin Owens is going to hold the championship, and he's going to drop it to Roman Reigns.
If he drops it to Roman, I swear to God, I'm going to throw something. I don't know what I'll throw, but anybody who listens to this podcast can guarantee that I'm going to throw something that's fairly heavy.